And we are live. Testing. 1, 2, 3. I don't even know if this mic is working. Hello. If you are the first person to join, if you can let me know if you can hear me first and foremost, that would be good. It's my first time using this new YouTube live studio. I'm not really a massive fan of it, but I'm trying to come to terms with it. So if you just let me know if you can hear me first and foremost, that'd be good. Yeah, we can hear. That's it. Good to have you in here, Darren. Thanks for joining. Let's try and sort this camera out. Let's try and get you straight. I don't know. I'll do. All right, so we have 6 people in. Paulius, yes, I can hear you nice and clear. That's good. Can you see me nice and clear? I don't really know how good the quality is. It's only a little crappy webcam, so I don't really know what the quality is like, to be honest. Markin, hello. How you doing? Hope we're all well. Another day in lockdown, another day in isolation. I'll just let a few more people join in, and then we'll get some questions going. Michael, hello, mate. How you doing? Oh, if you haven't already noticed as well, I've had a trim. Girlfriend kind of did her best. It didn't really go to plan, but yeah, what can you do? And how's your car? Have you sorted this noise problem? Well, we still have the clunk in, and now I'm led to believe that it may be something to do with one of the drive shafts. So I'm thinking tomorrow, when I have a bit of time, I'm gonna just crawl into my car and try and wiggle the drive shafts and see if I can replicate that clunking noise. I think I need to put this up a bit, because you probably want to see the haircut in all its glory. There we go. Perfect. Okay then, so if anybody has any questions regarding, anything car related, BMW related, just fire away, and I'll try and answer them as best as possible. I'll do my best to let you know. But like I said, I'm thinking it's drive shaft related. I mean, it could even be like one of the bushes worn on the lower trailing arms. I know they do need replacing on the one side. Do plan on doing that pretty soon. I won't just do the one side. I'll do both of the, both sides, both lower trailing arms. I'm probably going to polybush them as well, rather than going through all that work to replace it with, rubber that's only going to fail again. Darren Francis, were the N47 engine timing chain problems solved in the 2013 engines? So the later N47 engines were more reliable, were less problematic, in terms of the timing chain problem. But there are still cases of, the late N47 engines still having the timing chain failure. And like I've said in video, the main cause for the timing chains failing is the extended oil change intervals. It's as simple as that. If you're waiting 18,000 miles to change your oil, which some people don't even do that in a year. Some people, that's like 2 or maybe 3 years mileage for some people. And so if you're, not changing your oil for that amount of time, then, it seemed better days, to be honest. But yeah, if you want to keep your N47 engine running sweet and, not have any problems, any major problems, then just go ahead and change your oil every 5,000-6,000 miles. Oil's cheap. If you can do it yourself, it's really not that hard. Just go ahead and change it. Trav Parr. Hi George, I've got some Irmscher side skirts coming for my Corsa C. I'm going to color code them to my car. I've been told not to sand them and use a Brillo pad. Then someone else told me to sand. Just curious, as there any plastic? Well, yeah, so you want to paint them. So there's really no, damage that you could do by sanding them, especially if you're using, a relatively high grit sandpaper. I mean, you haven't got to use like 60 grit sandpaper. You can do like, I don't know, 400 or, even like 160 or something like that. But yeah, you're not really going to cause any damage from sanding them. And obviously, if they're painted already, if they're painted another color, then they will need sanding right back to the bare plastic, otherwise, you're just going to be painting over existing paint. So yeah, I hope that answers that a little bit. Dave Sims Racing Channel, hello Ostas, thumbs up. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. Thanks for the advice. We're doing oil change every 5. Yeah, exactly. That's it. If you want your engine to last, number one thing is oil changes, oil and filter changes, and make sure you're using the correct oil as well. I get a lot of people asking, which is the best brand of oil, and to be honest, branding when it comes to oil is really not that important. The most important thing is that you're getting the correct grade and the correct manufacturer specification. So, for example, on my engine, it requires 5W30 LL04. That's long life 04. That's a BMW specification. But, just ignore the whole long life thing. Just go ahead and change it every 5,000 to 6,000 miles. Are you doing a subscription like the other channels? Explain a little bit more. What do you mean the subscription? Do you mean the membership? Is that what you mean by that? Messi versus Ronaldo. I mean, I'm a Coventry City fan, so they're kind of way beyond my sort of team. But if I had to choose, I'd say Ronaldo, just because he's played in the Premier League and he's played for Man United, which Man United I'd probably say is my favourite Premier League team. But yeah, Messi's been at Barcelona his whole life, so can't really, relate to him as such. Harry Wright, do you like being called my toast? Yes, absolutely love it. Grindplug 20, hi George. I have a 118D E82 coupe. Has a Pioneer head unit for some reason. I have no sound to the front door speakers. Any clues that could help? Have a little drink. Okay, so first thing that I would do is probably check the fuse, if there is a dedicated fuse for it. And then after that, you've really just got to remove it, see if there's, something obvious like a loose connection. Maybe try and clean the connectors, and then you've just got to try and voltage test each wire, then each connector. Then obviously you'll find where the break is, if there is a break. Trav Pie, okay mate, thank you, no worries. Michael Robinson, yes. So with regards to membership, you actually need like 30,000 subscribers to have membership. And so obviously I'm a long way from that anyway. I don't think I'll be hitting that anytime this year. But I I'm not, let's say, I'm not going to be doing membership, but I do want to try and do something a little bit like that, whether that's a Patreon, whether that is just, charging for one-on-one Skype calls, to answer questions or help people diagnose the problems or whatever. I don't really know yet, but because obviously, YouTube takes a whole lot of my time, and I only have, a certain amount of hours in the day. Obviously I'm working full time in that as well. So, and I have other commitments. I do need to see some kind of return, a monetary return from helping people as such. So I may, think about doing something in the future. Like I said, it could be Patreon, it could be a one-to-one Skype calls. But yeah, I definitely do need to try and think of a way to earn some sort of revenue, so I can simply dedicate more time to this and helping people. Because I don't want to be, I want to try and work less hours in my job and then more time in this, essentially. Do you know how to reset the throttle body? I have a BMW E65 20D M packet with remap. It's the best car I own for now. I'm going to tell you something that might shock you. Diesels do not have throttle bodies. I believe the valve that you're talking about, the one that you think is a throttle body, is actually a anti-shudder valve. So throttle body on a petrol car works to allow more air to enter the engine. On a diesel, they run at 100% air all the time. So that butterfly valve, the anti-shudder valve, is open 100% all of the time. It only closes when you turn the engine off, and that's to stop the engine from shuddering. So that's the only job that it does, to be honest. So yeah, diesels, they don't have a throttle body, and there's really no way to reset it as such. When are you going to bring back the fitness videos? We would watch your videos religiously and consider you a godly figure. So like I've, said numerous times in comments and whatever else, I actually made a full video explaining that. My channel is, solely car based now for the most part. I'm still going to do some travel stuff and, different things here and there, but it's mainly car and mainly focus on BMWs at the moment anyway. So yeah, that's me going forward, to be honest. Barbarossa, it's necessary to remove the swirl flaps in N series, and what will happen if I remove them? So I actually made a video on this. Should you remove the swirl flaps on the N47 and N57? And the short answer is no. If you want the long answer, just go ahead and watch the video, and you should get a better understanding why. Ground plug 20 voltage testing it is. Yeah, that's the best thing you can do, to be honest, to find out if you have a break on one of the wires. Same question about swirl flaps. Yeah, just go ahead and watch that video. What's your thoughts on BMW F10 LCI 520D? I've never been in an F10. I've been in an F30, which is obviously the 3 Series, and I know the F30 and F10 are kind of similar. I know obviously the F10 is a lot bigger, but they kind of look the same. The F Series is like pretty much completely different to the E Series, and in my opinion, I prefer the E60 over the F10. I could have got an F10, but in my opinion, the E60 is just the best looking 5 Series there is. So that's the reason that I got it. Are you a fan of Audi RS3s? I'm assuming you mean like the newer stuff, like 19, 20 plates. To be honest, no. There isn't actually any newer cars at the moment that really excite me. I think cars are just getting too, I don't know, they're just getting too complex, and they're kind of losing the rawness. You know, when you get in a new car now, it's almost like you're sitting in a spaceship. It's like it does everything for you. So there's nothing really to think about. Like all new cars, automatics, which you know, I'm not a massive fan of. I'd rather have a manual. And they're just getting too, like I said, complex. They're getting harder to work on, and yeah, it's to help the dealerships recruit more money as well, because instead of repairing parts on a car, they're just instead, you know, replacing the entire part. So yeah. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks. When are you getting married? I don't know yet. I have to ask the girlfriend. BMW i4 for next year looks nice. i4, what's an i4? Is that one of the? It's got to be an electric car, right? Is it possible to replace time chain from under the car? If yes, why did you prefer removing the engine? So I'm pretty sure I actually, you know, gave my reasons in my first video. Yes, it is possible to do it while it's on the car. Did I want to do it while it was on the car? Absolutely not. You know, I couldn't imagine lying on my back for about 5 hours at a time trying to, you know, remove a timing chain, you know, with next to no access at all. I mean, if you had a lift, you had your car up in the air, then it'd be a lot easier, because you just drop the gearbox down and you can pretty much get to where you want to be, albeit you have less access. But with the engine remove, it's so much easier. You can take your time, you can do a whole bunch of other jobs like I did, and yeah, you know, it just access is so much easier. And to be honest, it's not that difficult to remove and put the engine back in. Obviously, I've done a whole lot of other jobs at the same time, so it did take me a little bit longer. And obviously I was recording it as well, so that always takes a lot longer. Okay, Dave Stim Racing Channel. Hey Oster, thanks for answering the question. Next, how about the gas pedal? Is there a sensor you can reset for better response? There is a sensor on the accelerator, but I don't think that you can reset it. What is your problem that you're having? You know, are you having like turbo lag? Are you having like lack of power below a certain amount of revs, or what? I mean, have you considered getting your car remapped? I know as soon as you get your car remapped, one thing that you notice is better throttle response. So that is something that you could consider. Dan Long, yeah, should plan a big meet. Yes, absolutely. There's one thing I do want to do this year, but obviously with the whole lockdown situation, it's you know, kind of put all of our plans on hold at the moment. But yeah, I did want to definitely do some sort of meetup sometime this summer. Then that'd be good. Just to, you know, meet a few guys, talk cars, and you know, get some good footage and whatever. Gary, how's it going, mate? Evening, mate. With the lockdown, cars won't be moving much. Do you do more harm leaving them without starting for weeks or doing small journeys? Diesel engine. I mean, to be honest, the only harm that you can really do from not starting your car for a couple of weeks is, you know, your battery could go flat. And that's only really if you keep opening and closing it, you know, having the light on, having the radio and whatever. But you're not really going to do much harm just leaving it for a couple of weeks. Or leaving it for a couple of years, yes, you may have, you know, some problems. You might, you know, have your engine start to seize and whatever else. But no, for a couple of weeks, you're fine leaving it. But, you know, and if you need to do short journeys, then do short journeys. But also, what year is your car? Does it have a DPF? Because if you are doing small journeys and you have a DPF, that can become a problem. HS, would you recommend doing an engineer apprenticeship at a car company as opposed to a degree? To be honest, I couldn't really answer on that because I have never done an engineering apprenticeship. and I have not got a degree. So yeah, I'm probably not your best person to answer that question. Dave, I've seen this video on YouTube. They reset the throttle gas response. Is this through or just BS? Okay. I mean, is that for the 520D? I don't know. Video on shock replacement. Sure, you know, if you want to send me out some shock absorbers, I'll replace them. How will the UK car industry change after COVID-19? To be honest, I don't really think it will. You know, in terms of selling cars, I don't think it will really change that much. I mean, you might find that dealers are doing more deals to get rid of older stock, but I don't really think it will change that much. Yes, 520D. Yeah, that pass on that one. I can't really comment because, like I said, it's not something that I've done. I haven't reset the throttle on my 520D. But if you haven't, I would recommend getting a remap, providing your car's in good health and you fixed all the mechanical issues. Have you done things like fitted a new air filter? Have you, is your DPF cleared? Is your EGR clean? Things like that, because they'll all make your throttle response worse if they are blocked. I've got an E87 123D, same engine as yours. Same engine as your 520D. Are you thinking of doing a CDV delete? CDV delete, yes. It's probably one on the next job. CDV, crankcase, no. CDV. What do you mean by CDV? Am I just being silly here, or thoughts on remapping? Remapping is great, especially if you've got a naturally aspirated engine. It's pretty pointless. All that you're going to do is just use more fuel. But if you have a forced induction engine, turbocharged, supercharged, then it's the way to go. Especially you're going to get more power, more torque, more brake horsepower, and potentially more miles per gallon if you kind of use the power to your advantage. But with that being said, though, I would only go ahead and get a remap if your engine is in good health. If your clutch is on the way out, getting a remap is probably not the best thing to do, because more torque and then keep wheel spinning away at the lights is not going to do your clutch any favors. It's remap. How about hidden sport mode? So I'm guessing that you've got an auto now. So I have a manual, so I can't really comment on that either. Clutch delay valve. I have not thought about removing the clutch delay valve. No. What is the clutch delay valve? Yes, Dave, you can add a sport button on an automatic. That is possible, but I don't think I correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that improves throttle response. I just think that makes the gear shifts a little bit quicker, and also makes it hold on to the gears for longer, so you just rev higher. Diogo, George, hello there. Hello, Diogo. What's the manual? Slows gear changes up for smoother acceleration and gear changes for poor drivers. Chaos Real, are you talking about an automatic or a manual? Is there any mileage limitation for doing remap? Well, that depends not on mileage overall. Yeah, exactly that. You know, it's not really anything to do with mileage. A lot of companies will say we don't recommend doing it after 150,000 miles or whatever, but you know, in theory, every single component on the engine could have been replaced. So it's not really to do with mileage. It's to do with how everything's going on, and it's also, you know, especially if you've got a diesel, it is also worth considering getting rid of your EGR and DPF if that's something that you might want to do, because if you don't, then they're only going to cause costly problems later on down the line. Manual clutch delay valve, it's in the hydraulic line that goes into the gearbox, and you want to remove this, right? Oh, by the way, as well, I don't need you to, you know, go ahead and actually donate, but can anyone let me know if the super chat button is there? It should just be like a $ in a square. If you could just let me know if you can actually see it or not, because I can't see what it looks like on my end. Dave, I appreciate that, man. Remove it so you can feel the clutch on your pedal just like any other car. It's there. Oh, the super chat button. Okay, thanks. Mark, hi George, it's great. I have the same E61. I have the E61, same engine as yours, had DPF trouble for years, and 2 months I've gotten it. Yeah, you will definitely always have problems with the DPF, especially if you're doing short journeys. If it was me, I'd go ahead and gut it. You know, it's one of them things, once you've done it, you ain't got to worry about it then. So when you remove it, in theory, you should get more power, better fuel economy, and less chance of blowing your turbo. Because if your DPF gets blocked and stays blocked for a continued amount of time, then you can end up blowing your turbo, which is no fun. I have it clean once a year to no avail. Yeah, that's it. If you, like I said, if you're doing short journeys, you're not getting the coolant over 75 degrees for an extended amount of time, and you're not, you know, going into regeneration, then you're not going to get it cleared, because to actually clear it, because I actually had a look at this on one of the work vans. They have sprinters, and you can actually see the DPF kind of like the level, how filled it is, and I got up to 100%. And to get down to 0, I had to like rev it at like 3,000-4,000 revs on the motorway for a good like half an hour. So yeah, it's not always that easy to completely clear the DPF. So if you're only doing like driving around town, it's not going to get cleared. What are we classifying as a short journey in a diesel? Well, it's not necessarily even short journeys. It's just journeys that you're not getting the DPF to temperature. So, you know, if you're doing stop-start journeys, you're not, you know, revving it high for an extended amount of time. You're not going to get the DPF hot enough. But yeah, I mean, to get the coolant to temperature, you know, it should reach 87-90 degrees in about 10-15 minutes, especially as it's getting warmer. My pleasure. I've then been watching every day since so much more talk than some others, and yet no blah blah blah. I appreciate that, Dave. Is it okay to keep DPF after an EGR delete? So yes, it is. Although it is possible that your DPF can get blocked easier, just because you're having 100% exhaust gases going through your DPF now, instead of having a small percentage of them going back through the EGR and to be burnt off again. You're having like 100% exhaust gases going to the DPF. But if you're doing regular motorway journeys, regular highway journeys, then you should be pretty good. Usman Khan, what do you do for a living? So I'm a delivery driver. I drive a van, and that's as far as I'm gonna. Oh, well, I deliver food. Oh, I can say that. Okay, I deliver food. I'm classed as a key worker, so I am still working at the moment, and it's as far as I want to go. I don't want to, talk about which company I work for and all that, because you can get into trouble for that. So. Yeah, what do you think about Mercedes W211 E400 CDI? To be honest, I, couldn't really care that much about Mercedes. I'm a BMW guy. I'm not really that massive fan of Mercedes. Never have been, to be honest. They're more of like an old man's car. I don't really, not a fan of their styling, to be honest. Unless it's like a, AMG like C63 or something like that. Mark Beasley, you think you have made my mind up to go to either an EGR fault code, control precision, long-term drift. It's also linked to the DPF. Yeah, I mean, if you are going to remove one of them, you may as well remove the other. You've seen my videos on them. To remove the DPF, if it is the same DPF as mine, it's very easy to do. Same with the EGR. I literally have a full video going through the whole process. If you just follow that, should be good. Get yourself a kit from Darkside Developments. Oh, if you want to get yourself anything from Darkside Developments as well, by the way, I don't get anything from this. I don't get any commission or anything. If you use code George Osters, you'll get free shipping. So that's something I always want to let you guys know. Also, last question for now. My front bumper is a bit offset. Left front, is it easy to make it right? Is this with bolts or something to arrange it? I would check that your brackets are on correctly, so that there's actually a bracket that's either bolted to the bumper or is bolted to the wing. You need to make sure that they're lined up properly. For DPF, George, in my everyday trip, I do around 80 kilometers, 70% open road, around 70 kilometers an hour, and 30% highway with around 130 kilometers an hour. Does it even start the regeneration in these conditions? Because I've heard that. So if you're doing 30% of 80 kilometers is, if my math serves me correct, is 24 kilometers. And if you're doing 24 kilometers at 130 kilometers an hour, then in theory, yes, it should do a regen. So yeah, you should be good at that, to be honest. You need at least 2000 RPM plus for long periods to start regeneration. Yes, you do need at least 2000 RPM. Because you have to think higher revs means more fuel means more heat. So you need to get the heat. You need to get the heat into the DPF. Pretty sure the DPF has to reach something ridiculous like 600 degrees to do regeneration, as well as it just won't regen. When my car went into BMW 3GR replaced, it came back with the coolant tank full to just under the return pipe on the top of the tank. Is that right? Because I can't see the max line. I need to read that again. When my car went into BMW 3GR, it came back with the full just under the return pipe. Yeah, so it shouldn't. Yeah, so it shouldn't be full. It should just be to the max line. If they've overfilled it, which they could have done, because to be honest, like BMW technicians, they shouldn't even be in the job. They're like BMW technicians. Well, this goes for any kind of technicians at dealership. They're not in the business of actually repairing cars. They're not really mechanics. This is literally how they do it. They have a step-by-step guide on a monitor on a screen, and that's how they just follow that to get the job done. They don't really try and diagnose properly. They don't really use their heads. They don't really think. They're not really mechanically minded. They just do a step-by-step process, and that's it. So I wouldn't, recommend going for any work at the dealership at all. They usually cause more problems than they're worth. Thoughts on performance diesel, V-Power, etc. To be honest, it's performance fuels. The only difference is that they have additives in. Well, sorry, performance diesel only has extra additives in, and they're supposed to like clean your engine and whatever. I wouldn't really, buy V-Power diesel. One thing I do buy is I'll try and get something like either like Esso, Shell, Tesco, because I believe Tesco is actually the same as Esso. I'll try not to get like Morrison's, Asda, Tesco fuel, because you can bet that they'll have less additives in, and there's more chance of there being water in the fuel. But yeah, when it comes to like performance diesel, there's really not that much difference. But when it comes to performance petrol, like Shell V-Power petrol or whatever, then it's a higher octane fuel. So in theory, you should be able to get more power from that, especially if it's being mapped in. So you can see some benefits when it comes to performance petrol. Great advice. Yeah, the same DPF as yours. And did you get the entire DPF or bore straight through it? Straight to them at Rhino to book in and stuff like. Yeah. Yeah, Damon, he knows his stuff when it comes to remapping. If you have any questions, just just speak to him. He'll be happy to answer any you have. With the DPF, I did completely gut it. But there's no need to cut it open because you have access from either side. You just need a little bit of patience. You can actually get all of the inside out without needing to cut it open with an angle grinder. Do you consider buying any other car brand except BMW? Absolutely. I would say at the moment my three kind of dream cars is a Mini Cooper S, which technically is still a BMW. What else? BMW M5, obviously BMW. But another car that I would love to have is a Land Rover Defender 110, which is obviously not a BMW. So yeah, I do, consider buying other car brands. I'm not, just loyal to one brand, but it's just what you like, isn't it? When I rang and spoke to the service guy at BMW, he just said that they would have used the recommended amount of coolant. Yeah, exactly. They're not really going to give you a clear answer, but like I said, if it's over the max, then they've put too much in. One thing I will say is check your coolant when it's cold, because obviously when it's hot, you can get, it can expand essentially. So, yeah, definitely check it when it's cold. And then if it's still above the max, then just drain some out. Either get a syringe or whatever, because you don't want to put too much coolant in there, because then when it does expand, it can obviously cause the expansion tank to crack. Dave, thanks for I'll fix it tomorrow if I can close the bumper gap on the left light. For today, I'll polish, wax and ice it all day. Greets, Belgium. Oh, good stuff. I need to get on that. I really need to wax and polish my car. I haven't got the time or patience at the moment, or I haven't got the products, should I say. So I need to get all that good stuff anyway. Sammy or Sammy, hi, hello to you. Usman Car, what cars have you owned in the past? First car was a Vauxhall Corsa C, a little 1 litre, 59 horsepower. Second car was a Ford Fiesta Zetec S, 100 horsepower. Third car was a BMW E60 520D, same as what I've got now, but that was a silver one. Then after that, I got a Corsa C 1.3 CDTI, which I've actually gave to the girlfriend. And then then I've got the car that I've got now, which is the E60 again. My friends always said there are 2 times a BMW makes you happy: when you buy it and when you sell it. Yes, that's quite possibly true. Although I don't think I'll be selling my car. I think I'll probably just pretty much run it into the ground. There's no other car that I want at the moment that's realistic. So, it's kind of like my dream realistic car. Mark, what's the next mod / maintenance for the BMW, George? Let's have a look. Let's find out. I should have it all on my phone. I want to paint the front grills on the bumper, the fog lights around, and then also you have like a grill and then 2 kind of separate pieces of plastic as well on the M-Swap bumper. And I want to paint them gloss black just to go with all the other gloss black. So I'll probably try and do that tomorrow if I have the time. Graham, how's it going? Hope you're well. Diogo speaks the guy here that owned 3. You own 3 what? What did you own 3 of? Ricky, how's it going? Appreciate the support as always. Well, we've been going for 42 minutes so far. It doesn't feel like that. Hey, also, I enjoyed this live chat. Thanks, man. I hope you checked out my channel and sub it. That would be honor for me and my little channel. It's about sim racing, records, and car cleaning. Let's check it out if I can. I can't check it out at the moment, but I will do later. Just so we know, because it says we have 21 people in here, if everyone can just comment saying hi, only once, because I just want to see the different people that we have in here. So if everyone can just comment hi once, then I'll just see everyone who's in here, because I can't see individual people. And as I said, that a whole bunch of people leave. So yeah, everyone just comment hi, so I can see who we have in here. Oh, Diogo, you had 3 BMWs. Nice. Graham, George, have you ever had DPF issues? No, I have not. That's because in my first E60 that I bought, the DPF was already removed. In my Corsa that I got, didn't have a DPF. It was prior to it was like 2006 model, so I didn't have a DPF. And then in my current car, the E60, I just removed it before I had problems, because the previous owner actually had the problem where it got blocked, and then he had to buy a new DPF, and I didn't want to go down. I didn't want to go and do that. Okay, so we have Tobor, we have Dave, we have Graham, we have Simon, we have Usman, we have Paulius, we have Mark, we have Patrick, we have Diogo, and that is it for now. I think we're missing a few there, to be honest. I think a few people are being a bit shy. Patrick says, hi George, have a 3 Series E90 Pre-LCR with chrome grills. Was going to do a DIY spray job to black. Would you recommend? No, I wouldn't recommend spraying the grills. Honestly, you can pick them up, the gloss black or even matte black ones, dirt cheap now, 20, 30 pound. And if you paint them yourself, you're always going to run the risk of not only not doing a very good job, the paint run and whatever, but you're also going to run the risk of them chipping then. So if a stone hits them, it's just going to chip off. You're going to see the chrome again, then you're going to have to paint them again. Honestly, you can just pick them up dirt cheap, get some new shiny gloss black or matte black grills. It's like the best mod you can do to BMW straight away. Get rid of the chrome, get some nice new kidney grills. Diogo, by the way, in the E60 series, is there any differences in the chassis structure between the M5 and the other models? Like, for example, E92, M3 and the others? In terms of the chassis, no, I don't believe there is. I don't believe there is, no. I mean, like when you're talking suspension components and that, obviously, yeah, but in terms of the actual chassis, no, I don't think there is. And also a fun fact, I've actually fitted M5, supposedly M5 brake hoses to my 520D. So, some parts are interchangeable. And I got them from MTech, by the way. MTech brakes. You've probably seen the video anyway. Darren Francis, any ideas why my MPG may be lower after EGR replacement? After EGR replacement, so you haven't removed it. If it's after an EGR replacement, it's likely just coincident. If you replace the EGR, in theory, it'd only make the MPG go up. When did you tell me when you replaced it? When did you replace it? Usman Khan, my DPF got blocked so much on my 520D that the turbo went. Exactly, that's what I was saying earlier. The turbo blows. If you block the DPF, then say goodbye to your turbo. Tobor, what are the common issues with E60? I've got to make a video on this because it just takes way too long to try and sum them all up in this live stream. I'm probably only going to be going for like another 12 minutes or so. I'll probably do an hour, and then we'll sign out. By the way, if anyone does want to be so kind and donate anything, there is a super chat button there. You don't need to. I appreciate you watching anyway, but if anyone does want to do it, I haven't had one before, so I don't know how it works. I don't know how much YouTube take from it, but yeah, if you do want to donate, there is a super chat button there. It's just the $sign with the box around it. It may be yellow, I don't know, but it's always there. It's always an option that you can do. I believe only if you're on like your computer, though. I don't think you can do it if you're on your phone. I may be wrong. Dave, so I'll have to remove the DPF. Damn, hope my mechanic says okay, we'll do it. To be honest, I mean, you're in Belgium. I don't know what the situation is like in Belgium. I know a lot of garages and like shops in the UK had to stop advertising them doing DPF removal just because, well, removal of the DPF is not illegal, but it's illegal to drive a car on the road that's had the DPF removed, but it's supposed to have one from factory. So yeah, so they can still, like what a lot of companies will do, they'll say we do DPF removal, but not available for cars that are on the road or something or other. Gabby G, hi. Jack Dangerfield, hi. Diogo Marquez, yeah, I mean chassis dimensions. No, I'm pretty sure the all the E60 models have the same chassis dimensions. I was just thinking about the rear wheel arches. Maybe they're a bit wider, but I don't think they are, to be honest. Because I don't think M5 wheels are much, if any, wider than my wheels. Oh dear, I think I've just caught corona. Persistent cough. I think I've got a temperature too. I might need to go and get a drink in a minute. Dave, only 78,000 kilometers manual, like a new, except the wheels will need to some work and two-tone paint job. Good stuff. E92 M3 is way longer and way wider than the standard version. So the E92 M3 is longer and wider than, say, an E92, 330D. I don't see why that would be the case. Hey George, how is the other BMW coming on the SUV? So I don't know if you actually watched the full video, but that's not my car. That was, I had that for the day. If I remove the EGR, this not be deemed illegal. Eastern Underground sounds. So removing the EGR is not illegal, but it is illegal to drive a car on the road with one removed that's supposed to have one from factory. So I hope that clears it up. Graham Cartwright, thanks, man. Wheel spokes, black, the rest. Metallic. Thank you. You heard me with my corona cough. EGR got replaced about 2 months ago. Okay, so your EGR got replaced a couple of months ago, and you've noticed that you're getting the lower MPG now. Have you checked your coolant temperature? Have you checked what your coolant temperature is reaching? The only thing I can think of is that your EGR thermostat is now staying open. I'll have to buy a PaySafe for that super chat. What's PaySafe? How often would you change the oil in your BMW in miles? Every 5,000 to 6,000 miles. Will a K&N air filter improve performance on an F10, F11? Thanks. I have a video installing my air filter. In that video, I kind of explain it. I think it's back in like September, so go and check that out. In the short though, it didn't really improve performance. But watch the video. It's worth watching. And yes, I would recommend buying one. The air filter, that is, not an F10, F11. Found the oil change a bit of a nightmare. 100% on the dipstick. The dash computer says oil level too high. Oh, 100% on the dipstick. The dash computer says oil level too hot. Yeah, I think it's strange how you can only check the oil level when the engine's running. To me, that doesn't make any sense. Just go from, obviously, providing that you're on a level ground. Make sure that, just go from the dipstick. That's physical, that's a physical level that you can see. The oil level sensor in the sump, you can't see that, so you don't know if it's working correctly or not. But yeah, if you're driving on an incline or a decline, that could obviously affect the oil level sensor as well. So yeah, just always just go on the dipstick, or to be on the safe side when you're doing your oil necks, just go a little bit below the max. As long as you're between the min and the max, you should be good, to be honest. Holy crap, kill it before it lays eggs. Is that my cough? Hi George, I have a 320 Efficient Dynamics 61 plate. What engine it's got? M47 or E90? Okay, so E90 is not the engine. E90 is the chassis. You do have an E90 chassis. That is correct. You have a LCI E90 chassis. And it has the N47 engine. So you kind of have both. You have an N47 in the E90 chassis. How can you check the gearbox temps on E60? The only way you can check the gearbox temps is with either a scanner, something like Carly, or something like ISTA. You can't, there's not a menu that you can go to access the gearbox temps. And I don't think even with a scanner you can check it on a manual gearbox. I think you can only do it on like a on an auto. Graham, George, have you ever used any decent OBD diagnostic tools? To be honest, no, I haven't really got too much into that side of things. I need to try and get in touch with a couple of companies to hook me up with some tools, and obviously I can make some videos on them. But yeah, to be honest, I've never really had any need to, because I've never had any fault codes or anything. I meticulously maintain my car, so I don't really have any running problems with it. Darren Francis, coolant temp is normally 87. Okay, so 87, yeah, that's bang on. That's when the thermostat should open on the M47. Diogo, I've owned E36, E46, and now E92. And one thing I noticed is just BMW alone, their interior quality, use of recycled material. What's your opinion? Yes, definitely. Interior quality has got a whole lot worse. I don't know if you saw my thoughts on new BMWs video, but yeah, it's like new BMWs and new cars in general, they just seem really like cheap and plasticky, and just the use of hard plastic, it's just not very nice. Like, I think the E90 and the E60 chassis, they're like the last good quality in terms of interiors for BMWs. Hi Deshar, long time no see. Okay, so we're still getting quite a few questions now, and we're coming up to the hour mark. Now, like I said, you don't need to, but I would appreciate it if you could consider donating on Super Chat. It would mean a lot. Obviously, any money that I earn through YouTube just gets reinvested back into the channel, you know, to buy more parts, to buy camera equipment and whatever else. But yeah, I did plan on only doing this for an hour. But obviously, if you guys want me to continue, then I will keep this going. But yeah, you know, you don't have to donate much. Like I say, you don't have to donate anything, but anything you do want to donate, I will appreciate it. Ravi, as George says, I located the engine model in the door shut. The M47 has different editions. Mine is the 2009. That was to cut off for the ones with the timing chain problems. Mark, as I said earlier, timing chain problems, you know, well, they're still getting them on the B47 engines today. It was never really fixed as such. They did, I believe the first problem was only for the 2007 engines. Apparently the cam sprocket teeth were too sharp. I don't really know how much I believe that, but yeah, that was the first initial problem. And then after that, it was the tensioner. It was the tensioner's fail, which obviously covers the 2008, 2009 models. But then after that, when it went to the M47D20C engine, they still had, you know, the same problems again. Getting EGR delete on Fiesta Mark 6 1.6 TDCI. What difference will it have? So when you remove the EGR, you'll have a whole load of problems. Yeah, you'll have a whole load of problems. Go ahead and do it. No, you'll have a whole host of benefits. Better throttle response. That's what you'll notice pretty much straight away. Turbo will spool quicker because obviously you're getting 100% cold air through your intake manifold instead of like part cold air and part, you know, exhaust gases. And your engine will be cleaner. You know, your intake manifold, your intake ports, they'll be cleaner. So, yeah, you'll, you know, your engine will thank you for it. Dave, got to go now. Thanks for the advice, BMW, especially. Great love chat. See you next time. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate having you. And yeah, see you next time. Stay safe, by the way. Graham, not done a super chat before, George, but I'll work it out. Yeah, to be honest, I've never done it before either. I just know that you have to click that. I just know that you have to click that dollar button, and now I guess I know you have to sign up or whatever. But I know that it's safe. It's not like, you know, it's Google at the end of the day. It's not like they're going to scam you or whatever. So you probably have to put your, you know, link your PayPal or whatever, but it's 100% legit. It's safe. Don't worry about it. Mega Rocky, hi, good job. Keep it up. Thank you. Appreciate that. Peel, put a thumb up for the real BMW specialist. I know, it's almost scared me. Hi George, hope you're well. Really enjoying your videos. Appreciate that, Steel. Thank you. Tobor, what tech products are you using for editing? I am just literally using Sony Vegas Pro, like for my video editing, and then Adobe Fireworks for like photos and thumbnails, things like that. Okay. Right, so I don't know how long, I don't know what time now. It says 9:05. Okay. All right. I don't know how much longer I can stay on for, but I will say it again. If of course you guys do want to support me, you want to support the channel, I will appreciate it if you can donate a little bit by clicking the super chat. Even if it's like a penny, I appreciate it. Just just be good to see how it works, to be honest. So if you do want to donate 1p, I will appreciate that. It's a feature that I haven't used before, so I'm just interested to see how it works. But yeah, the longer you, the more donations I get, the longer I'll keep this going, essentially. Because I believe I am giving some value at the end of the day. I am answering you guys' questions, and yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thoughts on E46 diesels? E46 diesels, I've never owned an E46, so I can't comment too much on them. I know the M47 and M57 were in the E46s though, and both of them are pretty bulletproof engines, apart from a couple of minor problems, crankcase breather, the crankshaft pulleys, things like that. But there are a few minor problems that can be fixed. But in those engines, in the M47 and M57, if you change the oil, change the glow plugs before they snap, then you should be solid. You should get 300,000 miles out of them engines. Thanks for taking time to help us out. Great chat. No problem, Darren. Graham Cartwright. Is it like, I don't even know what that is. Is it like a ghost or what? Or was it, I don't know, but whatever that was. Mega Rocky. Hi, I got BMW 6530D with 51,000 mils with the DPF line. Any thoughts? Thanks. I'd say your DPF is probably blocked. Mega Rocky, do you do short journeys, long journeys? Do you only drive around town, or do you regularly take it on the highway? Patrick Doherty, thank you. I appreciate that very much. Patrick Doherty has kindly donated €2. I appreciate that. It's going to go straight back into creating some more videos. I'll probably put that towards buying some more parts. And yeah. Oh, this would be a good opportunity as well to ask you guys if you have any videos that you want me to make, realistically, is there any videos that you want me to make on my car that I can do? I've had quite a lot of people messaging me like, oh, can you show us how to change the clutch on the M47? It's like, well, I can only really do that when my clutch is gone. I can't just go ahead and spend £800 on a clutch and flywheel just to make a video for you. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things. But if there is any videos that realistically you want me to make, maybe explaining something, or you think it'd be a good topic to talk about, then let me know. But yeah, I appreciate that, Patrick. Thank you. Tobor, first donation. Thanks, Patrick Doherty. Yes. Oh, Monroe 12345. Thank you very much. I think that's the first time I've seen you comment or make a contribution today, but I greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much. If you want to ask me anything, just go ahead and ask me. I'll be sure to answer your questions. Mega Rocky, short trips. Yeah, that's it. That's exactly why your DPF is blocked. I don't know if anybody made you aware of this, but if you have a DPF and you're only doing short journeys, it's only going to get blocked. You have to drive a consistent amount of time, at a high enough RPM for the DPF to get hot enough to do the regeneration, where it basically burns all the soot that's collected and just blows it out the exhaust. Yeah, to be honest, if you're only doing short journeys, diesels are not ideal. I mean, I do quite a lot of short journeys. around town and whatever. I drive to and from work, which is about 10-15 miles. But then I also do motorway journeys as well. So that's why I have a diesel. If I do a long trip, I'm obviously going to save a lot of money on fuel and stuff. So yeah, I mean, if you're only doing short trips, it's not really worth having a diesel, to be honest. Tobor, what's your perfect 5-car garage? Perfect 5-car garage. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I've already mentioned my 3 dream cars. So I'm going to go over them again. So it would be a BMW E60 M5 with the big V10 5-litre engine. What else? Mini Cooper S, just like a 1.6 turbo petrol. They just look so fun. They're just like so quick and nimble, and handle really well. A Land Rover Defender 110, because Land Rover, they can go anywhere, and they're easy to work on and whatever else. What else? I'll probably say my current car now, E60 520D. It's like the perfect cruiser car. It's like so comfortable. It's really good on fuel and whatever else. And then one more. What one other car would I have? I don't know, probably say something classic, like something with like a carbureted engine. I don't know, something like from the 70s or 80s, maybe like a classic BMW. I don't know, but yeah, I would like to get something classic just to work on, because I think it'd be cool. I'd like to learn the whole different side of things when it comes to the older stuff. But yeah, hi to Shah. How's your remap going? Any issues? No issues with the remap at all. I've had it for now 124,000 miles. I've had it since like 118,000 miles. So I've had it for 6,000 miles, 0 problems. A lot of people thought that my timing chain was going to snap because of my remap. No, it wasn't the case. To be honest, my timing chain, when I actually stripped it down and got to the chain itself, there's nothing actually wrong with the timing chain. Now, obviously, the tensioners, we don't know what the tensioners were like. It's only it's a case of they're gonna go. But yeah, the timing chain itself was fine, so no damage was done to the timing chain, and yeah, I've had no other problems since. Like I said, I've done all the main things, the main problems, the main expensive jobs that could potentially arise. I've removed the DPF, I've removed the EGR. There's only really a few things that can go wrong now with the engine. It's about fixing the common problems first when you when you buy a car, and before you get it remapped. But yeah, I mean, if you get it remapped and you haven't, like, say, remove your DPF or your EGR, then you could run into problems. It's like Damon at Rhino Remaps. He was telling me that he would get so many people saying, like, trying to get their money back from saying, "Oh, I got my car remapped, and since getting it remapped, like, my DPF is blocked up." And it's like, no, it's not the remap. It's because you've been doing short journeys. It's like, you get people like that every day, trying to pull a fast one. But yeah, it's about getting these things sorted before you go ahead and remap it. All right, next one. Appreciate the time. If it goes down, I look forward to a lot more useful content. I appreciate that, Monroe. Yeah, I really do appreciate it. Like I said, any money I make from this is only going to go back into the channel. I genuinely do enjoy doing this. I genuinely do enjoy helping people. I hope that kind of, comes across in videos and whatever else. But yeah, there's nothing that I would rather be doing with my time, because it's definitely not. It's not like a feasible job. Like, I couldn't do YouTube full time. I honestly would earn more money working at McDonald's now than doing YouTube. Like, for the amount of time that I put into it. Well, obviously McDonald's is closed now, but you know what I mean. Say you earn, I don't know what, £7-8 an hour at McDonald's. I don't earn that from YouTube at all. It's like a lot less than that. But I enjoy it, and a lot of people can gain value from it. A lot of people say that I've helped them. So, that's all good. That makes everything worthwhile. Would you say so Eastern Underground Sounds, would you say the M47 are that much worse than the M47? I've heard a lot of different things, mainly how inferior the M47 is. Okay, so the first thing that you'll see when somebody says, let's say on a group or a forum, thinking about buying a 320D, 520D, the first thing that a whole bunch of people say is, make sure it's not the N47. You'll just, run into a million problems. It's the worst engine ever built. Make sure you get the M47. That's bulletproof. And they never talk about the problems that the M47 has. The fact that the swivel flaps, they like to fail on them. The crankcase breather, that gets blocked up. And then you have things like the crankshaft pulley, which is a little problem as well on the N47. But that's generally to do with, the higher mileage ones. But yeah, to be honest, the N47 is actually a brilliant engine. It's a very, very, very efficient engine. Like what other 2-liter diesel engine could you get on a big BMW 5 Series that returns 50 to 60 miles per gallon? Like I can't think of any. It's a very, very good, efficient engine. It has more than enough power that I need, especially now it's been remapped. And it's a very good engine. With anything, you need to correct the problems. You need to do preventative maintenance. You need, no engine out there is perfect. Every engine is going to have their little problems, and you just need to correct them before things go bad. So it's like I replaced my timing chain before it failed. Did it actually need replacing? No, it didn't. There was actually no slack on the chain. Like I said, I don't know what the tensioners were like, but I just went ahead and replaced it anyway. I have the peace of mind to say that it's done, and in theory now it should last the lifetime of the engine. For however long I want to keep it for, and that's what it's about. It's just about preventative maintenance and replacing parts before they fail. But I would say the N47 engine, the N for November, is a lot better engine than the M47. Don't believe everything that everyone says. The timing chain issue, yes, it is an issue. Yes, it's more prone to fail on the than the M47. But if you plan on buying one, just plan to get it replaced, just for peace of mind. And then you can do a whole bunch of other jobs at the same time. And you'll get a lot more efficient and faster engine than the M47. So that's that. No problem. Enjoy the video. I'm glad that you are enjoying the videos, Patrick. Like I said, I appreciate that. Kyle Scott, £5. Thank you so much, man. Sorry, not Kyle Scott. Kyle Stott. I apologize for just butchering your name there. No, I really appreciate that, man. Like I said, any money that you guys want to donate will just go straight back into the channel. If you want to ask any question, just go ahead. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for the help on Facebook. No worries. Anytime. Like I said, if I have time to to sit down and talk to you guys and help with any problems that you have, then I will go ahead and do that. I don't always have the time because I have other commitments. I work full time. I do YouTube. But if I do have the time to message you back and whatever else, then I will do that. And that's not to say that, anyone that I don't message back or whatever, that I'm just ignoring you. That's because I simply don't have enough hours in the day. So I hope that you understand that. Mega Rock, thanks. I forgot even what I told you now, but yeah. Dave is back. I'll just scroll this down. So what do you think? What do you know about this 2006 520D M47? My mechanic says it's bulletproof if you maintain it properly. Every 10,000 kilometers oil change. What do you think? Yeah, like I said, M47 is bulletproof in terms of the internals of the engine. It's the kind of the things around it though. So it's the swirl flaps. I would recommend removing the swirl flaps on the M47 because they are held in by two screws, and with the vibrations, the screws come loose. They themselves fall into the intake ports, and then the swirl flaps themselves can then fall into the intake ports, and that's basically your engine scrapped because turns out that swirl flaps are not combustible. So yeah. Oh, another thing as well is like I said, the crankcase breather and the crankshaft pulley, and then your usual things at EGR and DPF. But yeah, the actual engine itself, the internals of the engine should be good for 300,000 miles easy. Paulius Beamer fan, you're doing good stuff. Keep it up, and look forward to the Angel Eyes LED upgrade video. Thank you very much, Paulius. I do appreciate that £5. Perhaps I'll even, purchase some Angel Eyes, now. Now that you've just donated some money, perhaps I'll get around to doing that now. It's definitely something I need to get done soon. It'd be a fun little mod to do. When I do the Angel Eyes, I'll probably go ahead and do all the other lights as well, because I don't really want two white lights and then the rest are like the nasty halogen yellow lights. I think I'll probably do them all together. But yeah, appreciate that, man. Means a lot. Monroe got an F11 530D N57, and channels like yours have been so useful and saved me a fortune. Love working on my car after watching a vid. Exactly that. I'm exactly the same. There's channels that I watch, and they're definitely, watching a video, watching someone else do the job that you're about to do, it just gives you inspiration, doesn't it? It gives you inspiration, it gives you confidence, and once you've seen someone else do it, that you can go ahead and do the job yourself. So yeah, I appreciate you just watching. Eastern Underground Sound, is it worth using DPF cleaner additive? I'm going to say no on that. If you actually think about how a regen works, a DPF regeneration works, it doesn't really work from chemicals. Our DPF will regenerate once it reaches around 600 degrees. Whether you use a DPF cleaner or not, it's not really going to make any difference. You just need to hit that regeneration temperature, and then it will do so. So yeah, I don't really recommend cleaners and whatever else. It's kind of a waste of money. You can go ahead and try it, if it's cheap or whatever, but yeah, I'm going to say no on that. Vladkey BD, bro, I have a problem from a BMW E90 320D 2008. Okay, what's the problem? Saul Goodman, yo, my guy, long time subscriber there, Saul Goodman. Pretty sure you've been watching for what, I don't know, 5-6 years or something. Monroe 12345. Any donation I can make can be used for anything, mate. It's your time you're giving up, So spend it on whatever you want. Again, I really do appreciate that, but I'm not gonna, go and buy, I don't buy anything anyway, but I'm not gonna go and spend it on a load of crap. I'm gonna reinvest it into, into YouTube, into making more videos, because that is kind of the main thing that I'm doing at the moment. But yeah, I just appreciate it a whole lot. Simon Ghost Riley, what level did you cut your hair to? I want to say like the top. I think the tops are four guard, 4-blade. Is that what it's called? And then it's like a 0 to a 1 to a 2 to a 3, and it's supposed to be a fade, but yeah, the girl. I didn't cut it, by the way. The girlfriend tried to do it. It actually doesn't look too bad now. Let me turn around and show you. That actually doesn't look nowhere near as bad as it did earlier. Yeah, it looked terrible. It looked like someone honestly just got some garden shears and just went ham on it. Patrick, I changed the crankcase breather hose after watching your video. It was practically closed with rubber. Unbelievable. Yeah, I know exactly. It was literally the first job that I'd done. It's bad, just bad design, isn't it? Let's be honest. Like when you've got hot oil vapors going through a pipe, why would you make the pipe out of rubber? Like, rubber, it changes state. It's literally, it just gets so soft, and it just, like the pipe just falls in half pretty much. It's the first thing that I actually noticed when I went to buy the car. I was like, because obviously I've had another 520D in the past, and I replaced the pipe. I looked at it, I was like, look, there's oil everywhere. That's going to need replacing. So it's kind of like a good bargaining chip, you could say as well. Graham Cartwright, £2. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate that. I know you've been watching for a lot, for quite a while now as well. So I always appreciate you liking and commenting on my videos. I hope you're all well. Eastern Underground Sounds, thanks for answering my questions, top man. No, I just appreciate you watching. Yeah, it's always good. Whatever I can do to help. So Goodman, still working out? Yeah, kind of. I'm kind of making use of what I have. I just have like just some regular dumbbells, but yeah, still working out. Gareth McCormack, hi, I'm having my timing chain replaced next week on my M47. What else would you recommend I do whilst the engine is out? So I'd just recommend you go and watch like my entire M47 timing chain replacement playlist. I've done the glow plugs, so go ahead and do the glow plugs and the module while the engine is out. It's going to be so much easier. And if, of course, you snap any of the glow plugs, actually remove the glow plugs while the engine is still in. So do it when the engine is hot. Spray some WD-40 or any kind of lubricant. So remove the glow plugs, but then reinstall them when the engine is out. So much easier. And obviously, if you do get any stock, you can then take the cylinder head off if you need to extract them or whatever. But yeah, the glow plug module, cleaning the intake manifold, intake port, get that done. What else? Reseating the injectors, which kind of needs to be done anyway. So you need to recut the seats where the injectors sit in, replace the seals on them, and then after that it's honestly just a case of doing the gaskets. So you're going to need a new sump gasket, you're going to need a new rocker cover gasket, you're going to need you don't really need to replace the intake gaskets. They're nitrile rubber, so they should be good to use again. Obviously inspect them, make sure they're not torn or whatever. you need to use some RTV gasket sealant for the timing cover. But apart from that, that's pretty much all the jobs that you can get done that I've mentioned. Nathan, what's up, man? How's it going? I haven't seen you donate your, like $100 yet. How are you managing to cope over there? Are you even in lockdown? Because I know everything's like closed over there, but are you allowed out? Are you allowed to leave your property still? Mark Beasley, appreciate that, man. $2.99. Thank you very much. Angel Eyes would be a great video. Yes, I think it would be too. I think it'd be a very popular video, and it just, like I said, it'd just be a cool little mod. It's not like I don't need to do anything crazy, like remove half of the car. Well, I'm saying that I will need to remove the headlights, so I'll probably need to pop the bumper off and then take the headlights out. But yeah, it'd just be a nice little clean, fun video to do. I'm thinking that I need to do that. Actually, I think I need to order some because a few of you guys have donated now, so I really do appreciate that. What are the best tires for F10, F11, 520D M Sport? So it really depends on how much you want to spend. I could recommend you the absolute best tires out there that you can buy for a road car, and that would have to be the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. I actually plan on getting some this year. So on the rear, I'm going to get two Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, and then on the front, I'm going to get Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. They're probably the best tires that you can get for a road car at the moment. But you are looking at around, in pounds, you're looking at like £700 for a set of 4. So, it is pretty pricey. But again, they are the best tires out there. And I really don't think you should be skimping on tires. So, at least get maybe some intermediate tires. Don't go ahead and buy budget tires, because you don't want to, you don't want budget tires when you're potentially going 100 mile an hour, do you? And they're only going to, wear quicker and be at higher risk of getting a puncture or whatever. We're in lockdown here, just like you guys. Oh, okay. That's surprising, because I just assumed that, you could still go out, but just nowhere was open. Interesting. So is it a case where it's like because here in the UK, it's like key workers can only go out. So I'm a key worker, because I deliver food to shops. I can still go out. Well, I can go to work essentially, and we can go and buy food. Is it like that there? Can you only go out like once a day or whatever? Diogo, is there any real difference between the FAI, INA, SKF to the original BMW Febby? Is the original BMW chain Febby Bilstein? Is that actually what are you talking about, the timing change? I'm assuming you are, because I'm sure the original BMW timing chains are made. I think they're Jaywiz. I'm sure they are, and that's who makes the FAI chains. So yeah, I can only talk about FAI because that's what I fit in, and they use the iWiz. Yes, sorry, iWiz. I'm sure there is a company called Jaywiz though, but yeah, iWiz who makes the chains. So they make the original BMWs, and they also make the FAI. That's why I fitted the FAI kit. But yeah, I can't talk about the others. But yeah, I would recommend the FAI kit. If you want like the exact kit that I used, it's like just go to the part 1 video, and there's a link there. There's a link on Amazon for the exact kit. Febby, it's the BMW ones with the BMW logo grinded. Right, okay. Fair enough. But again, it's iWiz that makes the chains for them, though. You put a Febby kit. Fair enough. Usually good with a Febby Bilstein part. As I generally use Febby. When it comes to fitting parts on a BMW, I generally use Febby Bilstein or Lemforder. If I can. Not me, a mechanic. Oh, okay, fair enough. Damn, we've been going for 1 hour 35. We've still got 16 people in here. Time really does fly when you're having fun, doesn't it? Do you want me to continue? Well, we have a new viewer. I haven't seen you comment for. Bernick. Is it Bernick? Yes, Bernick Faisal. Bernick Faisal. Have I just butchered your name, or is that correct? I do apologise if I have. Hey, George, thanks for sharing the website information with me yesterday. Saw everything I needed. No problem, man. He did not put the high-pressure fuel pump sprocket and the oil sprocket. Said they don't necessarily need to be changed. Well, to be honest, no, they don't necessarily need to be changed. But if you're removing the timing cover to change the timing chains, and the new sprockets come with the kit, why would you not change them? I mean, the teeth can be a little bit worn on them, so why would you not replace them? I don't get that. Turbo, yes, please. You're from St. Lucia, that's great. Oh, okay, cool. St. Lucia. What time is it there now? I'm sure St. Lucia's. St. Lucia. That's. I can't even think where St. Lucia is. Hold on, I'm going to Google that. Oh, it's in the Caribbean. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So it's a lot earlier then. Yeah. Fair enough. So you're on like the New York time zone, aren't you? Yeah. Any suggestions for upgrading the headlights? I have a E60 520D non-Xenon. Xenon. That should be Xenon. To be honest, I haven't upgraded my headlight bulbs yet. I do want to do them at some point. Wait, do you have the LCI or pre-LCI, Simon? If you have the pre-LCI, then I would recommend switching over to, well, not switching over. I would recommend buying. Oh, you have the LCI. Okay, that answers that then. So yeah, I can't comment on headlights yet because I haven't actually done mine yet, but I will be doing them sometime in the future, near future. Patrick, I'm out of here. Thanks for all the info. Have a good weekend. Time to catch up on Better Call Saul. I need to start watching that soon because I've seen Breaking Bad, one of the best series I've ever watched. So I need to get on Better Call Saul soon. I need to make the girlfriend watch it. But yeah, appreciate the donation, Patrick. Really do appreciate it, and appreciate you just staying in here so long. So yeah, have a good weekend, and yeah, well, I'm sure we'll meet again sometime. Diogo, the kit has only came with the change guard and tensioners. That's strange. It must have been like a reduced kit because my time chain kit came with the 3 chains, oil pump sprocket, high pressure fuel pump sprocket, and then a little like the, I don't even know what you call it, like the thing that squirts the oil on the chain, and then the RTV sealant. So that's strange. You must have had like a small kit. Turbo, do you watch BMW Doctor on YouTube? Yes, I do. I do watch BMW Doctor. Yes. Have you not seen the videos that me and Dean made? Like back in November, I want to say. He did give me guarantee for 2 years or 150 150,000 kilometers. So, yeah, to be honest, you know, it's wait. Oh, you fit a new tensioner. So yeah, it's to be honest, it's generally the tensioners that give way anyway. So you've replaced them, so you should be good. Monroe 12345 signing off again. Monroe, appreciate the donation. I'm sure we'll see each other again. But yeah, good to have you. I guess the full kit was out at start. Fair enough. Danny Ward, hey Joe's been watching you since fitness days. You still training? Yeah, still training. Just got some dumbbells. I'm not doing anything too crazy. But yeah, looking forward to the gym reopening, to be honest. So we have 12 people in here right now. We have 11 people in here right now. It looks like we're dropping off. Like we have 12 people in here right now. Yeah, we've been going for a long time. We've been going for 100 minutes now. 100 minutes we've been going for. Again, I don't know how many of you guys are new in here. If you do want to donate on the super chat, I'm not going to force you to, but I would greatly appreciate it. Anything helps. Any money that you guys donate just gets reinvested back into the channel, especially now. YouTube earnings has taken a massive hit, like any company has, with the whole illness going around at the moment. Should we say? I don't want to say it because I'll only I don't know, probably get less people watching, or this video won't be as shareable or whatever. But yeah, earnings has taken a massive hit. The little earnings that I did earn from YouTube has taken a pretty big hit. So any donations I do appreciate greatly. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to force you to, so don't feel like you have to. Simon Evans, great stuff. Oh yeah, you was asking about the headlights, wasn't it? Yeah. So I'll try and get around to doing a video sometime soon. I need to try and find a good set though, because I don't want to go get like some cheap Chinese ones and then they just blow after a week or so, and because it's like a massive, like, because I'll be removing the headlights themselves. I don't want to have to do all that and then redo it all again like a week later, because that would not be fun. Is anybody still working? Actually, let me ask you guys some questions. Is anybody still working at the moment? Like with the whole lockdown isolation situation, is anybody still going to work? Maybe you're working from home. Maybe you're a key worker. What are you guys doing at the moment? Key worker. What do you do, Simon? I'm guessing by key worker you mean you're still leaving your house and going to work. Tobor, yeah, working from a home IT consultant. Good stuff. To be honest, I wish I could work from home, but I'm a driver, so you can't really, make deliveries from home, can you? Diogo Marquez, yeah, still working here in Portugal, professional pipe welder. Interesting. What are things like in Portugal at the moment? I know obviously Spain, things are pretty dire, and yeah, things are not looking that good in Spain at the moment. But what's Portugal like at the moment? Yeah, from home. Oh, okay. So you're a key worker but work from home. Fair enough. Oh no, you're. Sorry, I thought that you was Simon. You're Graham. You work from home. What do you do then, Graham? Also, do you think it would be a good idea to do you think it'd be a good idea to post this video out, on my channel, or should I, once the live stream's done, should I just cut it off and just delete it? Do you think people would gain value from watching like a 2-hour live stream back? Because if not, I'll just get rid of it. I mean, the thing I like about live stream is obviously that it's live, but you can have a chat, an instant chat back and forth, like me talking to you guys. So that's why I like it. But it's a bit weird if you watch a live stream back and it's just me talking to you guys. It's like you kind of lose the connection, don't you? Yeah, leaving the house in the fire service. Oh, you're in the fire service. Okay, well, I appreciate it, and I'm sure everybody here appreciates the work that you do. I know a lot of fire stations have kind of closed down in recent years, but yeah, I appreciate the work that you do on a daily basis. Graham, you work in IT. That explains it then. Yeah, any IT job you can really do from home, to be honest, as long as you have a computer. Well, not that bad. Guess the virus also. I think we are province of Spain also. Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Post on your channel. Oh, you think I should post on my? You think I should go ahead and post a live stream? You think people will want to watch? AF, like, hey George, dude. Hey AF. Yep, key worker worked from home for one of the big 6 energy companies. Big shout out to Cool Key Workers and of course NHS. Say that again. Hey, Gareth, you think you'd be able to get me a good deal on, my gas and electric? Graham, I think I'd rather be doing a driving job. Yeah, to be honest, I do enjoy my job. That's why I enjoy driving, so that's why I do a driving job. So yeah, I can't say I'm one that hates my job. I'm sorry. Right, we're going to get to 2 hours and then we're going to call it quits. I did say I was only going to do this for an hour. We were going to get to 2, and then I'm on. Obviously, I'm seriously going to sign off because I'm getting very, very tired. George, do you like Audis? If so, which is your favorite? To be honest, I'm not really an Audi fan. I'm not a massive fan of the styling. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't really have a favorite. I'm going to be honest. If I did, it'd probably be like a, what is it? Is it an S? I can't think which model it is, but I think it's around 2008. It had like a V10 engine in. It'd probably be something like that, just because it's like the closest thing to an E60 M5. Tom Hutchinson, how's the house saving going? Yeah, still going well, still consistent, still got like about a year and a half left, and then we should be there. Should be good to finally buy somewhere and have somewhere to have a proper space to do the videos and potentially set up a business working on cars and such. Mark Beasley, when removing your DPF, George, did the bolts give you any trouble, and can it be removed without dropping the entire exhaust? Mark, go ahead and watch my DPF removal video. I'd done just that. I removed it without dropping the entire exhaust, and the bolts, they didn't give me trouble, but bear in mind I do have an impact wrench. So an impact wrench and WD-40 going to be your best friends. Try and clean the threads on the bolts first. Try and get rid of some of the rust, and then spray WD-40, and then an impact wrench if you can. But yeah, mine came off relatively easy, to be honest. But yeah, because it's well, the ends of the DPF sit flush, it literally can just drop right down, and then you can go about your day. S15. What's S15? RS6, you mean? Yes, that's the one. Couldn't think. I'm not very good with with my Audi models, but yeah, V10s just sound the best, don't they? And there's no V10 engines really about now. Like, even the M5s and whatever else that come out now they're all just twin turbo V8s. Not saying that V8s sound bad, but it's not quite a V10. Is there any reason why used cars and salvage? Is there any reason why used cars and salvage? Oh, I guess that's supposed to be salvage car parts are so cheap in the UK compared to the rest of Europe. I don't know. Are they? I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess I don't know. It's got to be supply and demand, right? So, if they're in more demand in another country, then they're probably going to be more expensive. It could be something to do with insurances. In the UK, people generally don't like to repair their car. They just go through the insurance, and it ends up getting wrote off. So that could be something to do with it. In another country, people maybe don't want to go through the insurance, so they try to repair it themselves. Therefore, they need to buy all the parts, whatever. I'm guessing that could be a factor. Gareth, keep doing what you do. Love the video. Stop, man. Stay safe and ensure better call Sol. Yes, it might actually start it tonight. I need to convince the girlfriend to let us start watching it tonight. Bernick Faisal, Malera, salvage. Enjoy the live chat. I'm off now, mate. You get some sleep. Yes, I will. I will need to get some sleep. Graham, I appreciate the donation. I appreciate you being in here for so long. And good to talk. But I'm sure I'll see you again. Diogo, yes, we have scrapyards here buying entire cars just to get parts. Yeah, so people do that here. It's just like called breaking or having a breaker's yard or whatever. People, like, I've done it myself. It's probably something I'll be doing in the future is buying cars and selling the parts. It must be more must be a bigger market in other countries. If one is self-employed for less than 12 months and does not need to send a self-assessment tax return at the moment, does one qualify for the government grant of up to $2,500? To be honest, I'm not really the best person to ask about that. You're probably better asking someone in the tax office or someone in the government. I have no idea with that question, so I do apologize. Usman Khan, do you think car prices will be affected because of COVID-19? To to be honest, I think now is a good time to buy anything. Anything in theory should be going down in value, or the market should be going down, because people are not, there isn't much demand at the moment. Like, people are not wanting to buy stuff at the moment, are they? Not wanting to buy cars, not wanting to buy houses. People are just sort of waiting for this thing to die out. People have lost their jobs, and so people don't have the money to go and buy stuff. And on the other side, because people have lost their jobs and whatever else, they need to sell things to try and recuperate some money. So people are going to be desperate, selling their cars for cheaper, and so yeah, it is a good idea. It is a good opportunity to buy cars at the moment. But on the whole, I don't think it will really be affected too much. I mean, like I said earlier, dealerships might be offering some deals after this is all sorted to try and get rid of old stock, but nothing really too out of the ordinary. Diogo, for example, E92 320D bought there for around 3,000 euros running. You can easily sell the engine here for 3,000 euros. That is a lot, 3,000 euros for an engine. I mean, I remember when I broke my old E60, I sold the bare engine for around £800. So to put that into context, I mean, obviously I had sold the injectors, the turbo, that's the intake manifold and things like that separately. But for the whole engine, I wouldn't have got 3,000 euros. So we have 10 people in here now. I don't really know how much longer we're going to be doing this for. But I will say again, if you do want to donate, it will be greatly appreciated. Any donation, if it's 1p, if it's £1, if it's if it's £10, I really do appreciate it. Anything that I do get goes back into the channel, and I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. But any more questions that you have, I'll probably be staying on for another few minutes, so I get them in now, and I'll see if we can answer them. Diogo, 80% of parts from BMW here are from UK scrap cars. Crazy. What country are you in, by the way, Diogo? Any more questions, keep it to yourself. Bear with me a second. And I'm back. Any videos expected over the next few weeks? Yes. I will absolutely be uploading still 3 videos a week. I've been doing that for about the last 6 or 7 months, so I don't plan on stopping. There's still a whole load more that I can do. I don't even have to leave my house to make videos, but because I can technically still drive to work, I can still drive to the shop. If I need to, then I can leave to do some little bits and bobs. YouTube doesn't allow me to donate from regions. That's fine. It is Burnick, isn't it? That's fine. Honestly, I just appreciate you watching. I'm not trying to force anyone to donate. I just appreciate everyone's support, but it is there if people do want to go ahead and donate. Anyone from London? I just want to. How do you? I need to try and see if I can find out how to get the link for. Oh, there we go. Just bear with me, guys. I've just got to do something real quick. Bear with. I'm not going anywhere just yet. Right, and I'm back in the room. Oh, there we go. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Yes, don't forget to do that. Okay, so we've been going for over 2 hours. I'm thinking I'm going to wrap it up soon. Should I wrap it up? Been going over 2 hours now. I don't think many more people are going to join. Yeah, let me know. Should I make this a regular occurrence? Maybe, once a month, maybe once a fortnight. How, should I, make it a weekly thing? What time do I start work? I'm actually not in work tomorrow. I'm only working Monday to Friday at the moment, which is nice. So yeah, I'm actually not at work tomorrow. So, but I'll still be working. I'll still be making videos and whatever. Time for bed. Yeah, I think it is, Simon. I think it is. Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank those who have donated. Can I see who donated? Yes, I think I can. Can I? No, I can't. But I am going to go up and mention everyone who has donated before I sign this off. I'm going to scroll up the whole chat. So we have Mark Beasley, we have Graham Cartwright, we have Paulius Bimafan, we have Kyle Stott, we have Monroe 12345, and Patrick Doherty. I want to thank you guys in particular. Like I said, all of the donations will just be reinvested back into the channel, to buy parts, to make more videos and whatever, essentially. So, yeah, I want to, thank you guys for that. But, yeah, I'm going to be getting off this now. So unless you guys want to, as if, Simon, as if you just done me like that, as if you've just caught me. Okay, Simon, I want to thank you very much for donating. I kind of feel like I don't want to end this right now, but yeah, let's just carry on for like a couple more minutes. I don't know if anyone wants to say anything or make a donation or anything. Now is your time. I'm going to be doing this for a couple more minutes and then we need to get off. But yeah, thank you very much, Simon. It is greatly appreciated. But yeah, I kind of don't want to bore you guys to sleep. I don't want to, be falling asleep on you. And Bimalad85, yeah, probably will be going to bed pretty soon, to be honest, because, yeah, very tired. Been a long day. Come on, guys, let's get those questions going in. Toe Borders doesn't want me to sleep. See, we only have 6 people in here now. Keep a little bit. Thanks, Simon. I'll try. Oh, like I just said a few minutes ago, I don't think I really got an answer from anyone. Should I make this a regular thing? I know we've only got like 6 people in it now, whatever, but should I make this a regular thing? Should I do this every, like I said, every month, every couple of weeks or whatever? Would you like me to continue doing this, or has it just been absolutely terrible and a complete waste of your time? Okay, let's see. Great chance. Once every 2 weeks would be a good start and see how it goes. Yeah, I think that'd be a good place to start every couple of weeks. What would be the boiling point of the antifreeze at 35,000 feet? I mean, unless you plan on taking your car to like the top of Mount Everest, then I don't think you really need to know that. Do you remember the Renault 5 GT Turbo? I mean, I've probably seen it before, but I can't think of what that looks like off the top of my head. Being dropped from an Airbus 380 with an engine running. Okay, then I'm getting trolled now. Every Friday, yeah. Keep it doing weekly. See, I don't think I could do it weekly because I think, well, obviously, because I only upload 3 a week, that would mean only 2 videos a week then, plus a live stream. And if I was to do a live stream every week, especially a long one like this, I think we would sort of run out of things to discuss. Because a week isn't very a long time. It's not a very long time to make changes. So yeah, I think conversation would drop pretty quickly. So I think every 2-3 weeks would be a good place to start, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm going to end this at 2 hours 10 minutes. So we've got another 2 minutes. If you do want to say anything else, you don't want to make any more donations, just let me know, and we'll get them right in the next 2 minutes. So we have 10 people in here, and we're going to be doing this for another minute and a half. For those of you who have stuck around, I want to thank you guys. We'll be doing this again sometime. New video will be up on Monday. I'm not too sure what it's going to be yet, but of course I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, usually 6 p.m. GMT UK time. And yeah, you guys know where to go. So yeah, I've got about another minute to go. Any more questions or super chat donations? Now is your time. You have about a minute left, and yeah, fire away. Watching Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels classic film. I don't think I've ever seen that film, to be honest. gonna do like a countdown. Like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so wrapping it up. Nathan M, hi George, enjoy watching your stuff. Keep it up. Yeah, appreciate that, Nathan. Like I said, though, we are going to wrap this up. So I do apologize if you've just joined. We are going to be wrapping this up. Like I said, I've been going for over 2 hours now, 2 hours, 10 minutes. And I want to thank everyone for watching, everyone for liking the video, everyone for donating. And yeah, we'll be doing this again sometime. So if you have missed out the opportunity to ask your question this time, will be further live streams to go. So yeah, thanks for watching. Give this video a like if you haven't already, and yeah, we'll see you in that next one. Peace. I just need to find a way how to finish this now. Probably be that button that says end stream. See you guys. And I still need to press end. Right. See ya. Peace.